Hello out there, and doing an unboxing today of a pretty big box of knives that my buddy Greg sent me. And Greg's been a guy who's been really generous to the channel, has sent a lot of stuff on loan for me to check out, some gifts as well over the past year, so very cool. And he sent some new stuff as well, some vintage CRKTs, I think, or maybe one vintage CRKT in here, a few other things. One of the old knives that he sent me last year is this glide lock, so I think it's fitting that I'm going to use this to open the box. And yeah, let's just get into it. Hopefully I'm not cutting in anything important. Doesn't seem like I am, but yeah, there's a lot in here, so hopefully I won't jostle the camera. But one thing, I see, one of the big things he sent was a Blade HQ knife roll. So we'll definitely check that out, either in this video or in something in the future. There's probably feels like there's a knife or two in there. And then there's this. So yeah, let's get into it. We'll get to the knife roll in just a second. All right. Big bag of knives. So, Almar, a couple CRKTs, looks like a lone wolf. I think a pre-Benchmade lone wolf maybe, so yeah, let's see what we've got here, and then we'll get to the knife roll. Start with the Almar. This is the ultralite AMK4122. I think he said that this is a drop.com exclusive. I've never really had an Almar. I've had some of the old Kershaws that were, you know, co-branded, but this is a small little light one. FRN scales. It's actually really reminiscent of one of the Kershaw ones that I had, but this is way lighter and seems just at first glance to be better built. This is a pretty cool looking knife, to be honest. I like the blade shape. Very thin. Snappy action. I don't know what the price point is on these, so I'll look it up and maybe annotate it, or just maybe you're looking at it right now in the video. I don't know, but this seems like it could be a pretty decent budget option. It says Chinese made, so yeah, and it seems just at first glance to be of a better quality than the Kershaw ones, even though the Kershaw ones use G10. Yeah, first impression is definitely superior to those. Let's take a look at the CRKTs real quick. This one is the Tweto, which is a new model for 2021. Let's get this out. It's like a like OD green G10 scale. The assisted opening on this is actually, it's actually pretty good in that it almost doesn't feel assisted. This is a Vox design. I don't know, right off the bat. I don't know. I mean, a lot of Vox designs are similar to each other. I haven't had one that looks quite like this. So we'll see. Definitely going to spend a lot of time with this one. Pumped to get it just because, you know, there are a few CRKTs from this year that I was interested in, but not necessarily enough to buy them. So super cool that, that he sent that. And then this is one, the Offbeat 2 that he had, and man, there are a couple of these knives that are out. The Offbeat 1, I think, was stainless steel. This is one of those classics, a good nomination, let's say, for Classics Uncovered. I've never handled one of these, and I think it's got, I might not even know how to do this. The locking mechanism. So yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, the locking mechanism is actually, it's a lock bar, but you pull up on it. Odd, but I guess with practice I might be able to get it to drop shut. This one is super interesting though. Man. Huh. And look at that pocket clip. That's an unusual pocket clip for CRKT. So definitely a lot to talk about with this knife as well. I don't know how available these things are anymore, but I don't know. Screw it. I think I'll probably just do a full review or something in that vein with this knife too. Awesome. All right, now we've got the box for the Lone Wolf. It says Lone Wolf Knives, Barber Street. Yeah, so that's not, so I don't know, maybe this is before pre-Benchmade. That's what it seems. I'll open it from this side. A really big fan of like the Benchmade history as well as the CRKT, so look at that. The Paul Perfecto folder. I don't know if you can see that. There's that. Cocobolo is the wood. Huh. I am not 100% sure. All right. So, patented one-hand opening axial locking mechanism locks blade in both the open and closed position for safety. So, you push this button and it enables the knife to be unlocked. I don't know exactly how you do that though and open it one-handed all that well. This is super cool. All right, so hey, look at that. This is neat. We're gonna spend some time with this. All right, so to press the interlock button with your forefinger, that's this. Rotate the axial mechanism 180 degrees clockwise. What? Okay, so you rotate the whole thing. I mean, one-handed doing that, I guess I could get used to that. But it's like a pull down. Okay. Wow. That might be a little bit tough, but once you get it going, it seems like, huh. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to practice with that. Maybe I'll insert a video of me doing it better once I have some time to mess with it. That is super cool though. Wow, what a classic too. I've seen pictures of these, never had one though, so pretty darn cool to be able to spend some time and check that out. All right, so those are the knives that are there, and then we have in this Blade HQ pouch. And I've never really had one of these things because generally speaking, I've always kept my knives in boxes, and my wife got me like a leather thing in order to travel with, but just one more Blade HQ. Oh, that's super cool. Oh man, that is super cool. If you don't know what this is, guys, you should. At least the symbol. That's awesome. And it looks like could be some method of like bottle opener tool, or maybe just for display. Who knows? But in here there is one more knife. And this is a classic CRKT that is in like the pantheon of classic CRKTs. This is sort of near the top as far as desirability and innovation, and something that people really, really like. So these, when they're available, there's demand for them. What I'll say about stuff like the Glide Lock here is that the people who know about it, who want to get one, like sometimes they have to spend some pretty decent money at this point in order to get them, but not that many people know about them. This knife, people seem to know about more so than a lot of the other more obscure classic CRKTs. And this one is the Rollock. And I've also never had one of these. So super cool for yet another reason. And I've seen a bajillion videos about this. And the way that it works, and you can see, you push this tab here and then slide the blade forward in the handle and it locks in up there. That is so cool. That is so, so cool. And then, well, I guess the lock bar is on the bottom, and that's what you use to depress. And then you push back and it sits down in the handle again. Wow. How freaking awesome is that? Seriously, that is the coolest thing. If you take a look, the plastic scales on this are cracking. Greg said that he tried to glue them back together, and you can see that work. And that's just one of those things that has happened with these in general. So that's another reason why they're in demand, is because a lot of them get damaged. It's just natural with use, and the tightening of that screw, any stress that's put on it just cracks over time, and all of these are very old. So yeah, this is so wonderful. If you are a CRKT fan and you're a fan of like innovation and their history, this is one of the coolest of the cool. You know, people call pioneers, they use the term pioneers to describe, people who pave the way for things. And you can't even consider CRKT and the designers that they've partnered with to get a lot of these like classic knives. You can't consider them pioneers because no one's really come behind them and done this stuff again. And it sort of is just indicative of a moment in time where they were doing some very special off the wall stuff. And I like how it still turns into a knife that is decent-ish when it comes to lockup. I mean, good enough for small EDC tasks without a doubt. And yeah, still a usable tool. So while you could call stuff like this gimmicky, because it does draw attention, it's not 100% gimmicky because it works. So yeah, I'm really excited to spend more time with this one especially. Let's bust this guy out. Get a little more Star Wars love in here. That's awesome. Greg, yeah, thanks for sending all this stuff my way to check out. I really, really appreciate it, man. I'll take good care of it all. Let me know, guys, of all the knives that I've shown today, what do you want to see a video about first? Is it like the classic stuff like this? Something that's like brand new, like the CRKT Tweto, the Lone Wolf? Like, man, all this stuff is right up my alley. So you tell me, what do you want to see first? All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care and have a good one.